Why, hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I want to give a shout out to Luca and Kega for being members for 7 and 5 months, respectively. So, thank you guys so much for being with me for as long as you have been. So, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Thank you guys for giving me time to get on live and everything else. And thank you too for being the members that were here first. Then we had Rosa and Zoa. Thank you. Rar. There you go. I will not do that again. So don't ask. There we go. Just minor adjustments on the camera. Hello, BMC. I see you. Okay. Has everybody been having a good day? I will say, not too much in the news. Minus Donald Trump is so upset. Actually, let me pull this up. I want to find this. Hold on. I haven't read it, and I feel like it'll be really interesting to read. So I want to go ahead and read it. Kega, it's just a regular live. Sorry. Yeah, easy. Where is it at? I want to read his silly annoyingness. Oh, there it is. Right there. Fantastic. All right. Okay. Donald Trump is so upset. Oh, man, I don't have this set up yet. Darn it. Guys, if you are coming in as you are on TikTok, be sure to be double tapping that screen and sending your daily heart me's. I didn't put it up as the gift goal, so we're just going to have to go with what's already up there and move along from there. Okay. So Donald Trump got super upsetty spaghetti that people were canceling on his little UFC fight that's supposed to be happening. And so, let me move this up. There we go. We're just going to move that way above my head. Sorry, guys. And so he goes and does this. I understand artists are getting the yips having to do their performance on Wednesday, so I'm thinking about bringing the #1 attraction anywhere in the world, the man who gets much larger audiences than Elvis in his prime, and he does so without a guitar, the man who loves our country more than anyone else, the man who some say is the greatest president in the history, the GOAT, Donald J. Trump, to take place of these highly paid third-rate artists and give a major speech rallying the country forward like I have done ever since being president. 2 years ago, the United States was dead. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I don't want so-called artists that get paid far too much money who aren't happy. I only want to be surrounded by happy people. Smart people, successful people, and people that know how to win. So, by copy of this truth, I am ordering my representatives to look at the feasibility of doing an America is Back rally on Wednesday, Washington, D.C. Same time, same location, only great patriots invited. It will be a wild and beautiful celebration of America. President Donald J. Trump. So I guess now he's his own artist that brings crowds louder than Elvis Presley. And that's great, of course. All right. I just wanted to read that in case y'all missed it, because this was just yesterday that he posted this. And I thought it was funny, right? And I've seen a bunch of people on the internet be upset that Martina McBride canceled performing. Like, oh no, Martina McBride canceled. Like, guys, there's a lot of artists that are very clear that they don't agree with much of the Republican Party, and the fact that you just don't know that is more behoove of you, and then now you're clutching your pearls playing purity politics over an artist canceling the show because you didn't know what they sung about beforehand or what their values were beforehand. It's very similar, in my opinion, to everybody getting upset over realizing that pop punk or even rock punk, punk rock was specifically about fighting the system. The system being the government. Green Day, anyone? Just as an idea. Just thought I would put that out there. So, like, if you don't know this, you're just not paying attention, I guess, should be the phrase that I say. Is, yeah, you just weren't paying attention to it. It's been there the entire time. Especially, hold on, I want to read your comment, but I feel like I missed something with that, Moni. Did I miss anything with that? No, I did not. Especially since Independence Day, by Martina McBride is about escaping domestic violence. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. They don't know that. They don't know that. There you go. Yeah, Rage Against the Machine. That, like, it's a very apt name band, and then what they sing about is also very apt for what they do. Like, punk rock has always been that. Fuck the system. They don't care. You know what I mean? War Pigs, Black Sabbath. Hell, you can listen to Slaughter by Motionless in White. Also, they literally say, fuck you, you savage pig, like, you fascist pig. Like, and granted, that came out in 2022. Yeah, System of a Down. Like, it's so silly that people just don't, they put their own value on music or their own thought process and what it means while ignoring what the artist intended it to actually mean. But thank you so much to Robo Tentacle for being a subscriber for 4 months. I appreciate you. I'll never forget when I first heard Green Day on Bunkmate's iPod. One summer at a Christian summer camp, was friends with him until 2015 when he started to show his true colors. Yeah, I understand that. Like, hi, Dolphin. Yeah, classic country was also about not going in, like, not following the rules of society and going against what they're telling you to do. Like, music just happens to be more geared towards speaking out and speaking in support of another. I will say this, okay. Oh, no, I don't necessarily disagree with you, Kega. Like, I love Green Day. And if you don't consider them punk, that's cool. That doesn't bother me any. I don't know even know what they're classified as anymore. Hey Jeff, if you guys didn't know this, okay? If you guys didn't know this, all right? Kanye West has had to cancel, Ye has had to cancel so many of his concerts, his international concerts, because he's not allowed to go to those countries anymore. And because the venues are canceling on him. And I think that's hilarious. Okay. I don't think they know Moose. I've seen Green Day Woodstock. Awesome. Oh, I saw Green Day live in Daytona Beach, Florida. Sorry about that. It doesn't bother me, Mark, if they don't consider them punk. But yeah, she said that, or sorry, they said, we love Green Day, but they're not really good punk. Yeah, I get it. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that he thinks that everybody should just be fine with everything. It's so odd to me. So, and also, like, why does he continue to insist on putting his name on everything? That's very odd behavior. You know what I mean? Capo, thank you so much. Capo starting us off with a bang, sending out 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it so much. All right. We did open up the phone lines. A lot of people got them. Oh, some people that I didn't realize their membership had ran out, but that's awesome. So if you guys received a membership from Capo, be sure to say thank you. One of the things I'll be doing today, because I just learned about this, right, is that I will also be gifting out 10 memberships in the landscape chat. So if you guys want to be sure to get or try to get a membership over on YouTube, you have to be in the landscape chat. So the one that's this way. Not like this, but like this. Not like this, like this. Sideways. If you're wondering, it has the chat on the side, right? Yeah. And if if Safari Girl comes back over, I will show you guys her today after her huge scare this past week. So we're gonna be doing that too. Okay. Yes, Dano. I do a lot. I don't know if you guys realize I do a lot. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
45.
45. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
What's he done so far that's earned your continued support?
I like his policies on any number of topics.
So, like what specifically? Where would you like to start? Okay.
Iran. I'd like to start on Iran.
You want to start on Iran? Okay. What about Iran?
Well, I think that Iran should be bombed to glass until they can't stand there and shout death to America anymore.
Why?
I think we should bomb them.
Why?
Because they're murderous Muslim savages, and I think we should bomb them to glass until there's nothing.
So you believe in committing a mass genocide?
You can call it genocide if that makes you feel good.
Sir, do you know what are the 5 parts that make up genocide?
I don't care what makes up the 5 parts of genocide.
Oh, so then you would say if that makes me feel good, but you actually don't know what genocide is. So here we'll go over this. Killing members of the group. So that's exactly what you were just talking about. Specifically when you're talking about doing a mass murder of every single person in existence in Tehran or Iran in totality, that is genocide. You've just met the first one.
No, that's not the definition.
Okay, so here we'll try deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part.
That's pretty close. Try again.
Oh, okay. So let's see. Here, maybe we need to break it down to what this actually means, right? So if we go to killing members of the group, a mental element, the intent to, quote, destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group as such. Wow. And then you go into the physical element, which includes the following 5 acts. Killing members of the group. So what you're saying is that you actually are intending to commit a genocide. Which part of the first part of the mental element are you saying you don't qualify for what you're saying and proposing a genocide?
I don't.
Do I need to read it? Okay, I'll read it through to you again. You tell me exactly which part is not what you said.
No, I didn't.
The intent to... No, you did. You said turn it to glass. You said turn it to glass.
I agree.
You agree. So you want to commit genocide.
Sometimes.
Cool. Are you Christian?
Yes. But not
cool.
Always.
I hope Jesus strikes you down and God strikes you down for being a blasphemous motherfucker that doesn't read your own fucking Bible, you piece of shit. That's not how that works. This is why people leave the Christian faith. Because of people like him that say that they want to wipe an entire ethnic group off the map and, quote, turn it to glass, and then claim to be Christian. I know, Bishop, we'll do this. We can do this again. You guys know we love this. We have a jam for this, right? Do-do-do-do-do. How quickly you forget your Bible. Your Bible. How quickly you forget your Bible. Technically no, Emmy, not Jesus. Bishop, the last caller literally said that he thinks that the entire country of Iran should be turned to glass and we should kill everybody there. So he wanted genocide. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay, bye. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Skibbity doo dah.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, how old are you? Okay, bye. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, how old are
Hello,
you?
can you hear me okay?
Yes, how old are you?
Okay, all right. 42.
42. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. What specifically has he done that's earned your continued support?
Oh
You're
boy.
awesome.
Yeah. So I would say like I'm kind of a cynic when it comes to authority, and I have like an hello,
We're still here.
and I have like an authority issue. So when it comes to like Trump, I look at all kind of presidents and all the governmental, even the lawyers and the judges as kind of mouthpieces. I don't really see them as like individual people acting for, you know, their conscience and their morals and values. They're just like a mouthpiece. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you just support anyone that represents the government.
So with Donald Trump, I think as we're like watching him evolve and truly set in his second term, he's almost becoming more predictable. Like we're able to see him and be like, oh, that is kind of his chaos that he brings. So I think he's probably just, he's right on line with what his handlers is another word a good word we could use. He's right on line with his handlers. Like he is a phenomenal mouthpiece that is following all the things that the people above him and around him are kind of giving him as tasks to do. And there's almost nothing that he's not able to adapt or mold into being. Like he's completely malleable. And yeah, he's kind of almost the perfect actor for the theater that is politics, you know?
Gotcha. So you just support anyone that is the president.
Oh, see, like I started off, I understand where you're coming from a little bit. Like I started off by saying like I'm a cynic and I have authority issues with like, I have authority issues, you know? So
Great. If you have authority issues, you
support,
shouldn't also be supporting the president of the United States, aka Donald J. Trump, right now. So you don't have authority issues. You've already refuted that. You've already refuted your own self and put yourself in quite a pretzel by saying that, you know, he's doing great. Like, he's showing that he's being malleable to the people that are controlling him. And that's a great thing. So you do actually like being controlled and you do like authority figures. So
You're awesome.
I mean, those kind of added together. Like those were dots that did make some kind of picture, but they're hard to see a little bit. But I see you. I understand what you're saying, kind of.
all right. Well, have a good one.
I tried calling. Hold on one second. Can I get one more point?
No. I know. Thank you, Eric, for the 199. I appreciate that. And Monica, I'll answer your other question shortly. An individual does not represent a religion. Hitler was atheist. Are people like him the reason people leave atheism? See how silly that sounds? Okay, Arctic. You can say that. That doesn't bother me either way. It is actually people that are hateful and that utilize religion to be hateful that to leave that religion. Like, I think you're missing the point of that. What specifically did Hitler do that was specific to atheism, right? The non-belief in God, right? What specifically did he purport that was a proponent of atheism? Can you explain that? We're talking about people that are saying that they believe in God, but then also say that they think that an entire population of a country should be wiped off the face of the earth. It's similarly enough where there are people that say that they're Christian who also say and judge everybody that lives out there and claim that they're cheating the system with no proof because somebody got their hair done one day or got their nails done, even though I don't know if you guys realize this, a lot of people can get their nails done by their kids at home. And yeah, that's also true. You can't leave atheism. Atheism is not a religion. Atheism is not a religion. So people wouldn't leave it. Apparently, Hitler was baptized Catholic Orthodox. I believe it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
How you doing? Okay. This is the stream from YouTube, ain't it?
Yeah. How old are you?
Yes, I'm 44 years old.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What's he done so far that's earned your continued support?
Okay. The border's been shut down.
This isn't bad, is it?
No. I'm going to tell you why I support Trump.
Okay. No, you've answered the question. I was actually asking if you were a person that calls himself bad on the internet. It's quite weird that he calls himself bad.
Oh,
but you're not.
no.
You're not. You've just cleared that up, so.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. It's just
You're
taking a long time to actually get into you, like onto your show. Because I've listened to a lot of people on your show and what they're talking about, like that last dude that was just talking to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I'll tell you why I support him. The border's being shut on both sides, north and south. Not only that, we ain't spending $200 million for condoms in Uganda. We're stopping people from being able to come anywhere close from bombing us. What did our last president do, Joe Biden? He let hundreds of thousands of people in, okay? And it caused nothing but chaos. And now President Trump is getting them out. That's the reason why I support him.
Great. How long is the U.S.-Canadian border?
It's actually the longest
It is?
for the U.S. I mean,
Yeah.
New Mexico don't come close to the Canadian border. And yes,
No,
you
the
know,
Canadian border is almost 3 times as long as the U.S.-Mexico border. Because that's only 1,900 miles. Can you
no,
point me in the direction of statistical data that shows that our border crossings or that our border is locked down on both the north and the south?
not totally, because it'll never totally be off. You can't hire enough guards for all that.
Oh, okay. So it's not shut down.
I mean, people can cut the fence eventually. They can get in a different way. All they have is cameras. I can intercept the camera.
Okay, so it's not shut down.
Not totally. It will never be.
Oh, okay.
But as far
So
as
then your
far
first
as,
statement was incorrect. It's not shut down.
okay, part of it was incorrect.
No,
Because
your entire claim was that he shut down the north and south border, and there is no statistical data to back that up per your own admission. And you said that it was also impossible to do so per your own admission. So, yes, your first statement was incorrect.
okay, you could say that. Well, he's trying
Awesome.
his best for that one. I mean, cameras can't stop everything.
Trying, yeah,
But
yeah. That's cool. We can go with try.
But as far as all the people coming in, they're all going right back out.
They're all going right back out if they came in. Got it. How many people has Donald Trump deported?
500,000? At least that's what everyone says. Or 5 million. I have no clue.
It wouldn't be
They-
5 million. That would be like groundbreaking news, and
They-
they also would never shut up about it.
500,000 is what I see everywhere.
Yeah, so less than the prior two presidents. Well, prior 3, including Trump's first term.
Maybe. Actually, I could pull that up real quick on all their statistics on that one.
Yeah, so can I.
Oh, shit.
Are you okay?
Okay. Yeah. No, I accidentally pressed play on the video and it blocked you and started playing the video. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I just
But-
said that, yes, I can also pull up the statistics. It's quite easy.
He's working to get them out.
Mm.
But not only that, all of our money ain't going to other countries. I mean, who did everyone use as a punching bag, even though that we were one of the highest countries in the world? They used us. You know why? They charged us all this money to ship things overseas, where we only was charging them a fraction to ship things. I mean, that's
what are
what
you?
the
Are you
tariffs are.
talking about tariffs? Oh,
Even that there, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that he's changing that it needs to change that way.
okay. So when an item is imported into another country, who pays for the tariff to the receiving country's government?
They could say taxpayers, yes.
No,
That's-
that's not even the correct answer at all. Who is legally responsible to pay the recipient governments of the
The other-
imported? Yeah, so who's responsible to pay that? So
other
we'll just use let's just say Canada and the United States, right? So the United
Yeah.
States is shipping Tennessee whiskey to Canada. Who is responsible to pay the Canadian government that tariff amount to or on that Tennessee whiskey?
Canada is going
Can-
to, if it's going from Tennessee to Canada,
Who in Canada is paying it? So the Canadian government is paying the Canadian government, or who is
the
paying it?
Canadian government is paying to ship Tennessee whiskey.
The Canadian government. I didn't even hang up on him. I just went with Tennessee whiskey. I don't know why. It just came and popped up in my head, and I was like, you know what? I haven't said this in a while. It's been a long time since I've used an analogy with Canada and the United States. I don't. Lord have mercy. So the Canadian government pays themselves to import. Got it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Guys, if you are watching over on TikTok, you guys are way behind on the likes. There's 327 of you watching right now, and we're only at 40,000 likes. We should have already hit 50,000. So I need you guys to double tap that screen. If you are new here, be sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button, depending on which platform you are on. They all mean the same thing. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 29 years old. I'm watching your stream, just randomly scrolling, and I've come across it.
All right, awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am, and always.
Yes, you are, and always. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting way to phrase that. So let me ask you this. What is a line that
Go
Donald
ahead.
Trump would cross that would make you end your support of him?
Okay, so I mean, you're being really selective here. It's not about whether something
Well, no,
that
no, it's
kind of
sorry,
ends my
words have
support, but
meaning. Words have meaning, and I asked you, are you still supporting
well,
Trump?
it depends.
And
It depends on how you frame it, though, because it seems you're being very selective.
well, then no, sir, you are the one who said this, okay? You said for
I didn't
now
say
and
anything.
always. You
I
said
just said I
for
support him.
now and always when I asked you, are you still supporting Donald Trump? So now I'm asking you, what line could Donald Trump cross that would make you end your support in Donald Trump? Because if it's for always, then
Well,
there should be no
so far,
line.
so far, here's what I'm saying, because this is what I'm saying. You're selective because you're trying to make me. Essentially putting words in my mouth.
I'm
But me,
not. We'll go ahead and play this back. It's not even difficult to play this back, so. Because if it's for. I just went with. Sorry, it's going to come across loud. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
yeah, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 29 years old. I'm watching your stream, just randomly scrolling, and I've come across it.
All right, awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am, and always.
Yes, I am, and always. So I'm not misconstruing your words. These are the words that you yourself said. So,
You
what's
just
the
proved my point.
line? You didn't prove any point. I literally said your own words. Okay, congratulations. Now we're gaslighting me. All right, cool. So what's the line that Donald Trump could cross that would end your support?
I mean, I'm not understanding your point. You're just
Well, I
putting
can't
the
make
recording
you
to me
comprehend
supporting
what I
Trump. I
just
mean, what's the
like. I
logic
can't
behind it?
make you comprehend my question, but I'll go ahead and try to rephrase it so hopefully you can comprehend
Okay,
it.
you're telling me
So Donald Trump, oh
what would
goodness. Yeah, okay. So, what I'm asking you is there something Donald Trump can do, an action he could take that makes you step away from supporting him?
an action he would take? Well, honestly, the trans issue, higher taxes and regulation, ban on fracking, and all those kind of stuff, ban on manufacturing, all those kind of stuff, So those are the things that I wouldn't support. But so far, he's kind of against those, so that's why I kind of align, with him and support him all the way.
Well, in Donald Trump's first term, he was the only president that followed the law when it came to actually doing a gender reassignment surgery on a trans individual in prison. So I guess he's already passed
Okay,
that line.
okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop you
Oh
right
no,
there.
no.
Okay.
I'm just
So where are you
like
pulling
letting
that
you
in?
go with that. Like, I guess that's it. You need to pull your support in Donald Trump. No, no, no. You said the trans issue. The trans issue, it's very clear. Donald Trump is the only one that utilized the law that actually demanded that prisoners that are in jail are given gender reassignment surgery. So I guess you must be no longer supporting
Okay,
Donald
so what's
Trump.
the source? What's the source? Where do you get
You
the
can
source
look it
from?
up on your own. I'm actually not doing your homework
Okay,
for
yeah,
you
you don't
today.
even have to.
No, sir. It's been news since it happened. You just don't read. Yeah, they really don't, Timothy. Sorry. What would it take to leave is the question? Yeah, and yes, Rune, the trans issue is all in their fucking heads. You guys are making something out of nothing. It's so weird. Also, I believe I need to give a thank you. Thank you, Verna Lee. Sorry. I said that. Whoa. Thank you so much for the 10. I know who you are. She said for your cat's appointments. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, hopefully if Safari comes over, I'll show you guys. She's definitely feeling better and she still has some blood in her eye. So for those that haven't heard, okay, or haven't tuned in and I haven't talked about it much. So my cat, her blood pressure spiked so high that she blew a blood vessel in her eye. Hello?
I'm just here to talk about why I support Trump.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, for TikTok terms of service, are you over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm 72.
Okay. And why are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Mostly for his looks. Honestly, he's just dashing good looks.
Have
That's
you
most.
tried writing him a love letter?
I have actually multiple times. I've written him 3. One I even used crayons and pictures so I knew he could read it. And yeah, I haven't gotten any return yet. It's really kind of weird.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bishop. I'll read that. Yeah. Oh, I mean, that really sucks. So I guess the filling is not returned.
Yeah, I guess not. I even commented on the smell of his diapers, and he didn't respond at all. He didn't even send me a sample or nothing.
So have you met him?
Yeah, it was
Are you
very
saying that you met him?
only in my dreams.
Oh, so you wouldn't know what he smells like.
Yeah, but you can kind of guess, right?
I wouldn't. No, I don't even want to
just
guess. I imagine
just think
it's
about
still
it for a
worse.
little bit.
It's no,
Just think
I'm
about
okay.
think about what you think he smells like. That's it.
No. I can't imagine that. I'm just saying that.
Just think like dirty baby diaper filled with Cheetos. Like it's pretty close to that.
I imagine it's going to smell worse than a baby's diaper.
Well, that's what the Cheetos are for.
The Cheetos don't make it smell better. Cheetos don't smell
You would
good to
think-
start with.
Exactly. Is the baby diaper with the hot Cheetos?
No, that would make it red, and that's gross.
I wasn't talking about how it looked. I said how he smelled. Why are you trying to put visuals into this?
Because I can't visualize shit anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But
No, actually, I came to talk about the whole like the whole Hitler Christianity thing,
Oh
which
my
I thought was
gosh.
actually really funny. That's
Yeah, there's
that's
so
actually what I
many.
came to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead, go into it, and there's a call
Oh
if you
no,
want to stay on. but-
so like you mentioned, he was raised and actually baptized. I believe it was actually Roman Catholic, if I remember correctly. But actually, what he did is, even though there was a lot of skepticism that that apparently he portrayed towards Christianity, which is actually true,
Awesome.
the administration actually very specifically used Christianity to propagate the things that they were doing. They actually had a version of it, and I believe it was a version. I think it was called like positive Christianity or something like that.
Yes, it was positive
and
Christianity.
Yeah, and they actually used it where they took like all the Jewish elements out and then actually talked about Christianity. And it was a way to actually get all the Christians in and to help control the population. And just wondering if you thought that sounded familiar at all in a leader who happens to like claim he's Christian but use Christianity in order to control the Christians in the nation and control the population. Just seems
No,
like
that's not
it
familiar
seems like it
at
was very
all.
apt for the moment. You know what I'm saying?
That's not familiar at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Guys, let's be positive about Christianity. Someone says you should start a podcast with talking about your love letters to Donald Trump.
Well, that's funny. Since while I'm here, no, I won't promo on your page.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that.
I almost did right there.
Yeah.
So no, that was it. I mean, I could hang out, but yeah, I was just that's why I requested up originally.
Oh yeah, no problem. I appreciate that. And like, hey, as you are an actual atheist, is atheism a religion that you can just, I don't know, is it something you can just leave?
Well, atheism isn't technically even a religion. It's actually the lack of a religion, right?
Yeah.
You can't. Religions require things like faith, atheism, or especially like agnostic atheisms, don't believe in any religion, and so therefore, there is no religion you can leave. I mean, I guess you can leave it. I guess becoming part of a religion would be leaving it.
In a way.
I guess technically, you don't have to pay you don't have to give up like paying your membership dues. They don't take your badge away.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
a good
think
point.
none of that works. Yeah, I keep my atheism badge right next to my Antifa badge,
You're into
and
badge.
yeah, I keep it right there in my drawer
There you
next
go.
to my bed. Yeah.
Nice. There is a caller, and then Bishop, I promise I'll get to your comment. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Knock,
Hey,
knock.
sweetie.
Hi, how old are you?
29.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, of course not.
All right, thanks, man. Anywho, I'm not putting up with that. Okay. Bishop, to further explain what I was saying, why hateful people are the reason why people will leave religion. At baptism, we take Christ's name on us, and that means our words matter. Small judgments and cruel comments can wound faith more deeply than we realize. If our language is hateful, condemning, or without charity, we are not carrying his spirit the way we claim to. Love that. That was a good way to put it, Bishop. Hateful people push people away from religion. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay, bye. Oh, well. Hello.
Hello. I was just scrolling on my YouTube app and I came across this stream and I just had a question for you.
Okay, how old are you? Just for terms of service?
I am 23.
23. Okay, and then are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay, what is your question?
I was just wondering what your thoughts were on the Israeli-Iranian war.
I think you're missing somebody that's involved in the war.
Well, let's just think post-America or pre-America. I mean,
They weren't at war. Was there a war declaration proposed or declared by either of the countries?
the Hamas invasion of Israel is what I'm referring to.
Iran didn't make them go in 2023.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I just mean, what are your thoughts on the Hamas-Israeli war?
Oh, I think that both sides are doing fuck shit, but still, somehow Hamas isn't trying to commit a genocide, unlike the IDF and the Israeli government is trying to do. Or the fact that the
And
ceasefire is a sham, considering 900 Palestinians are still dead since the start of the ceasefire.
what do you think their war ethics are, especially on Hamas?
Their war ethics is kill anybody that crosses the yellow line.
So you side with Israel, I'm assuming?
No, I don't side with either of them. I think that Israel needs to stop their imperialistic and colonization notions that they're doing.
And no offense, but do you support the Nazi Party? Just as
No.
a genuine question.
No.
Okay. But you're okay with the Hamas invasion of Israel?
Didn't say that either.
Okay, well, I'm also like, let me think for a second. What so you just think this whole war is like an unnecessary thing?
No, I think that it became unnecessary after so much time had passed, right? Or the actions that the IDF has taken since entering and destroying the Gaza Strip have been unnecessary. Why is it necessary for them to have encroached on what has been Gaza and the line of Gaza by a large amount, right? So let's say Gaza was this, a good size, and now it's cut in half. They've cut the size of Gaza in half, so people are living in smaller spaces since the ceasefire, right?
Yeah.
And then
But do you
they're
think
they're controlling this invisible yellow line, and the IDF has told their troops that anyone, they don't care who it is, they are not differentiating whether they are armed or whether they are unarmed, whether they are civilian or whether they are known to be with Hamas. Anybody that crosses that yellow line gets immediately killed per the IDF, whether they've posed a threat or they have not posed a threat.
Well, to be fair on that standpoint, the terrorist attacks pretty much global wide. If we think back to 9/11, for example, the American way had no way of knowing whether they were terrorists or not. They could have just seemed like civilians. Not saying it's okay to kill civilians just because of their ethnicity or where they are, but they have no way of knowing, and they're from a country they're at war with.
Sorry, that had nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Yeah, I was trying to partially justify that decision.
Oh, you think that there's a justification to genocide?
To a point,
What's the
there is,
justification for genocide?
like that 9/11 example.
Who did the
There,
United States genocide?
I wasn't saying that at all, but I am saying it's hard to identify a terrorist because terrorists disguise themselves as regular citizens
That's
and
not
could
true.
be
We knew
from.
who caused the attacks on 9/11.
We didn't know, but we couldn't identify them beforehand. We had no way of knowing that they were going to.
Correct. You couldn't pre-identify them. I think you're using words that you're confused with. They didn't predict it. Well, technically, that's not correct. People did predict the attack on 9/11. Just American intelligence agencies wrote them off as silly and ignored it.
But we still had no way of knowing who was going to do it. So if somebody comes through from a country that a nation is at war with, I think not necessarily killing them immediately is necessary, but blockading them off should be justifiable.
Are
No.
all do all terrorists come from other countries?
No.
Okay, so how are you supposed to
But
block off terrorists if terrorism is actually just as likely to come from your country as it is from another country?
well, here in America, we don't really have a lot of terrorists.
Excuse me?
But in Israel, it's the same ordeal. We don't have a lot of terrorists in Israel. A lot of the terrorist organizations come from the Middle East, like Afghanistan. Israel is one of the exceptions to that. So if they are actively at war with another country and they see somebody crossing over for some unknown reason, I think it's justifiable to deport them or evacuate them.
First of all, nobody's talking about deporting anyone. We're talking, Ari is specifically talking about the fact that they're killing them, right? Shooting on site, killing people under humanitarian need, killing people who are trying to get medical care. All right. But
Yep.
regardless of that, those are two completely different things. You're making a comment about terrorism, right? And saying that it's there to prevent terrorism, right? In order to prevent terrorism, you have to prevent all people that have the possibility of committing terror, right? And that could be other countries, that could be coming from your own country. So yeah, I don't really understand what your point is here. They aren't justified. Even if the United States saw someone from, I don't know, a country that could be more hostile to us, Iran right now, just if somebody was coming and trying to sneak into Iran right now, it doesn't mean that we have justification to murder them on site. All right, you have the right to arrest them, find out what their intentions are here, deport them if necessary, but that's not what Israel is doing.
No.
So
Well,
that
in
makes
fact, I
sense.
would actually venture so far as say that the Israeli government, in their direction of the IDF, is committing terrorism, especially in Gaza or the West Bank.
But Hamas is based out of Iran, and people from
No, it's
in
not.
the Iranian
Where does
the
Hamas
Iranian
have a
government is,
headquarters in Iran?
well, Iran is known for funding the Hamas
Yeah, so is
organization.
Israel. Israel funded Hamas prior to the 2023 attack.
Israel would never fund a government or any organization, for that matter, that they knew was going to attack them, or any terrorist organization. They're part of the global war on terrorism.
They funded Hamas, period. The point is that they still did. Leading up to the
Well,
attack of October 7th, Hamas received funding from Israel. That doesn't change the fact whether they determined that an attack was going to occur at some point has nothing to do with it. The fact is, Israel funded Hamas.
I actually had no information about that point. That's new to me. But now, what are your thoughts on arresting illegal immigrants and putting them in jail?
Oh,
Or
that's a
not that.
fucking pivot.
I worded that wrong. I mean, back to the last guy on the line who was talking about the sex changes that Donald Trump was organizing. It is a known fact that people get raped daily in prison cells and really just in prison wherever. So if somebody that was born as a man and gets a sex change to become a woman gets sent to prison, where do you think they should be placed? As in a man's cell or a woman's cell?
I want to stick on Israel, Iran, and Gaza. I don't know why you're pivoting right now.
You sort of beat my ass there. So could we?
I'm sorry, was that a concession? I'm very confused.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, it is a
Okay.
concession.
So
By the way, Israel has been very well known for like last 50 years to fund terrorist groups. So is the United States, actually. We both have a really,
We
really
arm
bad
them.
habit of doing that. Yeah, we arm a whole bunch of them and do all sorts of stuff. But I'm sorry, you're trying to pivot to trans people? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
yes.
All right, why? Why would we go from something that's as important as, as a war that is being perpetrated right now by some of the major powers of the world, and why would you automatically snap that to trans people? Are you planning on going to jail anytime, sir? Like anytime, sir?
I was not.
Oh, okay. Are you planning on having gender reassignment surgery at any time soon?
Nope.
Then why the fuck do you care about this point?
Well, you're not in the Iranian-Hamas war, so why do you care about that?
Because my tax dollars are specifically going to it, and lots of my friends that are in the military are being deployed and have the risk of dying on top of it. So it affects my everyday prices, everything from groceries to gas. Literally, this Iran war affects every single person in the United States, and it affects their ability to live their life in every way,
Well, what
shape,
about
and form, right? And so that's very important. But what gender a person was assigned at birth in prison doesn't affect my life at all. I mean, like
Nope.
zero. Like it could not affect me less.
so you don't care about that, like at all?
Me personally, no, not give a shit. Like what I hope is that freaking people are given the rights and things are done that is right to them, right? I believe personally,
Mhm.
like if you are swapped prisons and as long as it is safe for you, why do I care? We have so many problems with our prison system. Our prison system is overwhelmingly freaking filled with, and very disproportionately filled with black men, a lot of who are going to be exonerated for crimes they didn't even commit because our entire system is racist. It is
Whoa,
still a
that
form
was
of,
a
it is
big
still,
there.
it is still a form of slavery that is legal under the Constitution to commit,
Literally.
right? And things like
So,
for-profit prisons literally incentivize judges to put in people for longer systems because it helps to boost economies in certain places and it helps the jails to make money. And literally, we are the most incarcerated country per capita on the planet, of the wealthy world by a long shot. So if you think over all of the problems we have in our prison system, where a trans person goes is my concern. It is definitely not.
okay. So back to your claim that most of the that black men in prison will be charged for crimes they didn't commit. Are you calling our justice system racist?
Yes. Historically and systemically, it is.
Fucking lutely, yeah.
Historically
And
doesn't
to be
mean
clear,
modernly.
systemically does. Thank you. And to be very clear, 64% of all exonerations in the year 2024 were black.
Well, on that statement, places like the northern parts of Chicago, or even some of the northern
always
parts
Chicago.
of Denver, definitely
Oh, of
Chicago.
course.
Most of the gangs there are run by black men, black or Mexican ethnic men. There's not a lot of white people involved in those crimes. Not saying white people don't commit crimes, but saying
I'm sorry,
that
where do you
they're
have
not.
any data on this?
Well, if you just search up street gangs, you can find none with really any white men. You can find the
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because our system is so systemically racist that literally the designation of gang generally doesn't go to white people in this country, even though they commit all of the same acts. Like, for example, people like the Hells Angels were never even classified as a gang, even though they did all of the drug running, all of the violence, all of that stuff. Even though they did all of those things, all right, they weren't classified as a gang because they only called it a gang when it's brown people. So gang designation is not only not illegal, okay, but is also racist just in its designation, okay? And at that same point, you do have things that would specifically be considered gangs, things like the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, was it like the whatever percenters or whatever?
Literally biker gangs. It's in their
Yeah.
own title that they use.
Yeah, freaking the KKK, like multiple different freaking gangs in the United States that not only are not criminalized or that you even decide to mention in places like this, but are literally propped up by by the federal government and literally would be
How the
recipients
hell are
of
they
a
propped up by
literal
the
slush
government?
fund that comes from the federal government right now.
How are they propped up by the government? That makes no sense. Are you
Yeah, I
saying
literally
the
just said
government is
how.
funding those gangs?
I literally just did.
January 6 rioters and
So,
the proposed settlement, which, by the way, you can't be a settlement if not signed off by a judge, and this one was not signed off by a judge. But this proposed
so
settlement from the Trump administration and Todd Blanche of $1,776,000,000 being paid specifically to people that were maliciously prosecuted under the Biden administration specifically. And then the only
so
people that we hear about applying for it or sending letters saying, I want to receive money, or that are being vocal about it, are the January 6 individuals.
and are you blaming this on the entire government or specifically the Trump administration?
Well, when we're talking about this fund, then specifically the Trump administration.
So you think the Trump administration is funding gangs like the KKK?
If they were participating in the January 6 protest, then yes.
Well, why? Well, first off, we don't have any photos or documentation of any of these big Republican government officials associating with the KKK.
Did anybody
We
make a
literally,
claim about the association though?
Well,
I
you're
didn't
I
saying
could,
I didn't
that
hear that.
the Republicans
I,
are funding. Let's
well,
just
I
focus in on
I
that.
didn't make that claim, but since you brought it up, literally the ex Grand Wizard of the KKK literally had dinner with Trump, like at Mar-a-Lago a few months before he was elected. So yeah, we do.
But he was never in any of the famous white suits or at any of their rallies or anything like that.
You have a funny qualification for what you consider close association.
Yeah. I think eating dinner with somebody would be close association, especially when
At
it's
your
in your
house?
own at your exactly. That's what I was gonna say. At your own house, that's close association.
Necessarily, eating dinner with other people doesn't,
At
by
your own
definition,
house.
even then, doesn't by default associate them with you. For example, the Americans sitting down with the Nazis to negotiate or even conversate or whatever doesn't by default associate the Americans with the Nazis.
If it was to conversate and hang out, you're damn right it would be, but that's not what it was.
Yeah, that's is that
It's,
I
I
think that
think
would be called
it
a
is.
red herring. Like, because
It's
that's not the
literally the
same.
definition.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's
So,
not the same at all. Like going to negotiate an end of a war is different than sitting down and inviting somebody to your house, having them sit down and eat dinner with you and just shooting the shit is not the same as negotiating the end of a war.
it wasn't necessarily them just shooting the shit for when I just searched this up. I can't find any photos or documentation of any of this. I can find a video of Donald Trump staring down members of the KKK in some of his rallies, condemning them, the neo-Nazis, calling them thugs. I can't find anything about this. Donald Trump denounces KKK endorsement from the CBS News channel on YouTube. Right there. Nothing.
No, I mean this wasn't my claim. I was waiting for Polly to look it up.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't even looking. My bad. I was doing something else. Anyways, Dude, even if without proving that it was like about this certain thing, because literally I'm not like trying to do this right now. Are you not familiar with people like Nick Fuentes? Are you not familiar with Nick Fuentes going there? Are you not familiar with him telling Proud Boys to stand by? Are you not familiar with he saying all good they're good people on both sides when talking about neo Nazis? Are you not familiar with any of this? Not to mention, this wasn't even the main part of the conversation. Okay, we were talking literally this entire thing was about incarcerated individuals because you brought up trans people having sex changes and what cell they should be in. We were talking about the prison system, and now you've completely diverted it to whether like who Trump had dinner with and whether that's association. Okay, are you not familiar with his multiple ties to multiple different white supremacist groups? Is that a joke?
It's not a joke. He was never associated.
Do you not? Did he not tell neo Nazis to stand by, to stand back and stand by? Or do you not know about that? Did he not say that there was good people, fine people on both sides when talking about neo Nazis? Are you not familiar with that?
Telling people to stand back and to stand by are two very different things.
No, that was in the same sentence. For one, it was stand back and stand by. It's that wasn't two separate times. That was in one sentence. So those aren't two different things. He said it in one sentence.
Could we get the date of when this happened?
I think that was Charlottesville.
That was Charlotte. That was Charlottesville. But what does this have to even do with the conversation, man?
Well, we low-key just pivoted. You know how it is.
No, I don't know how it is. You're the one who keeps doing it, and I keep trying to bring us back on the conversation.
September 29th, 2020.
September 29th, and where was that at?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland. Well, of course. President Trump has always disavowed the KKK right on the news.
No, that's
CBS
actually,
again.
maybe you need to look at 2016, where on February 18th, 2016, he refused to disavow the KKK. And it took him, 4 years to disavow them? So congratulations, you're not even looking at the right stuff.
February 18th,
yeah.
2016.
Yeah, I think it was February 18th. It might have been that around that time where he, February 28th, 2016, he declined to
There we go. I found a
denounce.
video on this. Let me look at this real quick.
Okay.
Sorry about the delay.
Bro,
I think people are thinking you were confusing Kanye West and Nick Fuentes with David Duke.
no, there was some. There is that, but there was
Talk
also
about
there was a David Duke connection too. I'll have to find it again. I'm
Okay.
scheduling my own stuff right now, but I can find it.
But if you think Donald Trump and his party supports the KKK and stuff, why did he have a rabbi do his prayer at the election at the White House opening? What was it called?
So did Hitler. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he also had religious leaders. What does that have to do with anything?
Not necessarily religious leaders, specifically a Jewish rabbi.
Congratulations.
What does that have to do with
like I
anything,
said.
sir? Do
Do
you
you
think if you met a rabbi once, you're not freaking racist?
Or anti-Semitic?
Like, what?
For example, if I was an anti-Semite and I somehow became president, why would I ever let a rabbi or ask a rabbi specifically to do the prayer at the opening?
Why did gay men used to get married to women before it was okay to be homosexual?
So they didn't get prosecuted by the world.
For
Or
the
anyone.
look
Yeah,
as cover.
as cover. He could
For
have
the optics.
He could have super easily had anyone else do it. Adolf Hitler never had any Jewish anything. He had the biggest part of that was the Jew that he let his mom care for. Or
Are you familiar with who
care for,
Stephen
yeah.
Miller is?
I am not.
Oh, okay. So he works in Trump's White House. He's actually the chief advisors to Donald Trump, and he is a known white nationalist, with known ties to friggin' white nationalist groups, who's literally made direct connections and quotes to white nationalist groups and to very, very racist organizations, including quoting books that help to drive huge white nationalist things in France and all other different places. There was huge emails coming out of the Southern Poverty Law Center that talked about it. Literally, Donald Trump even talked about it at one point where he literally asked Stephen Miller, "Oh, wouldn't you prefer it if just everybody in this and America looked just like was white and looked just like you?" And he said, "Yes, that's how I would want America to look." And this dude works as a chief advisor in the White House. What are you talking? Dude, Donald Trump has 50 years of racism behind him too. Everything from freaking, denying housing and jobs to black people back in the 70s and 80s, right? All the way to the Central Park Five in the 90s, to just recently literally depicting the Obamas as apes on a video. And that was what, a month or two ago? Like literally, we can go everywhere back for the last 50 years about how Trump has done racist shit. He literally hires freaking racists and neo-Nazis. He freaking refuses to avow people like the KKK or neo-Nazis, talks directly to people like the Proud Boys. What are we talking about here, man? Like, there's so much evidence. This is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, has Donald Trump ever not necessarily done anything specifically violent, not even violent, like personally, privately done anything racist to anyone?
Yes.
I just named like 8. What are you talking about?
Donald Trump and
No,
his
like,
father were
personally.
sued back in the 1970s because they had instructed employees of theirs when they were taking housing applications for their apartments to write the letter C on the top of the application to indicate that somebody was colored. And they would then deny those applications, and they were sued by the federal government, and then they had to run a campaign. By the way, this is including Donald Trump himself, not just his father or the business. Then they had to run a campaign and basically turn around and promote their apartments as being able to live there and be black, right? Be black and live there, right? Donald Trump took out an ad against the Central Park Five, who has been since exonerated because they didn't actually commit the crime, calling for their death penalty. And even when one of the members of the Central Park Five went to confront him in his 2024 election cycle, he refused to acknowledge that he was wrong or take back the call for the death penalty of the men who were exonerated of a crime. Not one of those men were white.
Not one of those men were white doesn't by default
Donald
mean
Trump
that they
calls
were-
Jasmine Crockett an uneducated, dumb woman. He says the same thing about AOC, but you never see him say that about a white woman.
Kamala Harris, Ilhan Omar.
I bet he could. He could
DEI,
find some white woman
he wouldn't
called-
disavow the fact that his party or tell anyone in his parties to stop calling Kamala Harris a DEI hire while he was at the National Association of Black Journalists in front of them, and was specifically asked that question by black journalists. Would you tell the members of the Republican Party to stop calling Kamala Harris a DEI hire? Said that he never even knew that Kamala Harris was black. She just turned black. Can people just turn black, caller?
No.
Okay. So the idea of saying that a black woman can just turn black because he was ignorant of her blackness that's been in existence, been publicized since she's been in a political figure, is racist. Ketanji Brown, he says the same thing about her. Letitia James, he says the same thing about her. All black women, sir.
He also called Joe Biden many things, and that not like denouncing what he said about all the black women, but it's not solemnly targeted to them. I mean, he's called out many white people for stuff they've done.
And this is called moving the goalpost.
This is not moving the goalpost.
It's also called sane washing. There's about 1 million things you can do with justifying racism. There's about 1 million different things that you can call it. Okay, when someone's being literally called out, like he's literally spread like huge propaganda. He literally had his ex-wife said that he used to keep a copy of Mein Kampf literally on his bedside and would read it, which is probably the only book he's ever fucking read. To be okay, do you keep one by your bed?
No.
Oh, so you can quick reference it whenever you want.
No.
Have you ever quoted it at speeches? Because Donald Trump has.
When?
Oh, okay, just out of curiosity.
Pull up a quote. No, can we pull up a quote of when he said anything about
Yeah, absolutely. He said the
referencing
immigrants were poisoning the blood, of the of America, which is a direct quote about that, and something that Hitler said about freaking guess who?
who?
The Jewish population of Germany.
Well, necessarily, them poisoning the blood doesn't by default make a Nazi reference.
So
Y'all ever
Dude,
sit
I'm pretty
back and
sure
wonder if you're Hermit
I'm
Crab?
pretty sure we could have a picture of Donald Trump in a white hood burning a cross, okay, holding up his ID in front of the camera, and this guy would try to find a way to justify it. Like at this point, this is insane. Like there is less evidence that gravity exists than what I just gave you. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, it doesn't matter what we tell you, does it?
Y'all ever just sit back and wonder if you're a hermit crab?
no, because I go outside, and I go outside
Okay.
my shell. That's why I got burnt.
Okay. What's life like outside?
It's great. You should try it sometime.
I do. I play football and baseball.
Oh,
30
well
years.
then I guess you wouldn't know what it's like outside by your own question that you asked me. It's quite
So you
pretty,
don't
especially if you go to Ireland where it rains a lot most of the time, but you can hit it just right in the right spot in August and miss all the rain.
Well, you have a 720 number. You're from Colorado.
Ireland is a
too.
country in Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah. So you never wonder if you're a hermit crab.
No.
Okay.
Does my area
And
code
why don't
denote
you-
where I live?
No, what? Say again?
Does my area code indicate where I live?
Sometimes. A lot of the time. Meaning you bought the phone in Colorado. Meaning, or at least I'm guessing, you are from Colorado.
I just put in a zip code on Google Voice.
Oh. Okay. You ever wonder if you're a spider
You're
crab?
awesome.
Thank you.
No. That was actually towards me because somebody paid me $10 to say W.
My fault.
Paulinari.
Do you ever wonder if you're a snow crab?
Do you ever wonder if your life would be different if your parents weren't related?
They're not.
Sure.
No. And why
I
do
feel
you
like
think
this
my
is
parents are
another
related?
concession on the fact that Donald Trump is racist.
This was never a confession. What?
I didn't say
Wondering
confession.
if
I
you're a
said
hermit crab.
concession.
I was wondering if you're a hermit crab. How does that get twisted into Donald Trump being racist?
Because you pivoted away from the conversation again.
No, it was a question.
And the last time you pivoted away from the conversation by asking another question, that you admitted that you were conceding the point.
That was different though. I would have admitted this.
So Donald Trump is not racist.
He is not.
Well, I guess if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a dog.
No. If something quacks, it's most likely a duck.
Oh, okay. So Donald Trump is racist.
No. he
That's
does
why I
not
thought that your
quack.
parents
He's
were
not a duck.
related.
My
'Cause of all that
parents are not
quacking.
related.
Well, you should stop quacking like they are.
Donald Trump is not a duck. But
I think you might be, though. Real quick,
I might-
Polly.
I might be racist. Or be dead
No,
serious.
I was calling you a duck.
Oh. Just because I identify as a duck doesn't mean I'm a duck.
Oh, okay.
See the difference? If I tell you that I identify as a duck, does that make me a duck?
You're awesome.
No, just like saying you're not racist doesn't mean that you're not racist.
I'm not racist. I have many black friends.
Does your
Yeah,
closeness to black people put you above being racist?
I think so. I think that would make sense.
God, people are dumb.
Uh, If I by choice choose to hang out with
I
black
just
people, does that?
no. See, we already
Awesome.
covered this, right? You're like, why would Donald Trump have a rabbi at the White
Hmm.
House if he was anti-Semitic in any way or associated with people that are anti-Semitic or neo-Yazis? And we established that it was, in fact, for the optics.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Your closeness to black individuals does not absolve you or move you away from the ability to be racist.
Yeah, do I have to keep listening to this guy for like a significant amount longer? Or
No.
Not necessarily. I gotta go in like 5 minutes.
oh, thank
Okay.
God! Please don't trip on the way out.
Isn't there like
There's
a
nowhere to
saying for that? Don't
nowhere to
let the
go out.
door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Jesus. All right.
Does that bring people back? Sorry. Okay, bye, guy
Mm,
who thinks he's not racist and denies racism in the United States of America, especially when it
I
relates to
never
Donald
denied.
Trump. You did. Especially when it relates to Donald Trump. Sorry, guys. I wanted to say that real quick. Guys, if you are new here and you haven't already hit that follow or that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it now. I am going to read through some of the super chats after the next caller. Well, there was one person calling, and we'll find out if they call back. And if you haven't already, guys, let's send in your daily heart me over on TikTok, and let's knock out this little gift goal. And also say hi to Polly.
You're awesome.
Thank you for calling the
Hi,
stream. Are you,
Polly.
thank you for
Hello,
calling the
how are
stream.
you?
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
65.
65. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I definitely would still support Donald Trump, although I'm not crazy about a few things that he, of course, has done while taking office this time around.
Okay. So what has he done to earn your continued support?
First and foremost, with the Democratic Socialist Marxist Communist Party, along coupled with the mass media propaganda machine, which has been such a detrimental offense to the taxpaying dollars and the taxpaying citizens, is incomprehensible. You have Democrats and Republicans, by the way, on both sides. And I'm not either, by the way. I'm a constitutionalist. They, through their actions of subversion, have created so much treason they should be held accountable. And technically, when you go into a public office, let's use Nancy Pelosi as an example. When you go into public
I would
office
actually
and
like
you're
you to answer why you're still supporting Trump, which is actually what I asked
okay,
you. Or
I support Trump because he's
identify what he's done, and then also can you show me where the Communist Party is in running for office in the United States and it is endorsed by the Democratic Party?
well, they actually in New York City they actually have themselves as a Democratic Socialist Party. That's number one.
Right. The
But I
DSA is
support.
different. It's not
I
communist.
support. It is
There are
communist. But
actually they're
socialism,
not.
socialism is a form of ultimately becomes communism. You must realize that by now. If you
No,
don't,
that would
then
be
you
that would
are
be the furthest left you can go is communism. And yes, there are ideas that socialism can lead to communism, but that's an idea. It's not been proven. But I would like to go back to Trump and
okay.
actually
Let's go with
talk
Trump.
about
Let's go with
that.
Trump.
Yeah, what's he done?
Are you
That's
ready? Are you ready to go with Trump?
I've been
Number one,
ready for 2 minutes.
our borders are much more secure now than they were under the Democratic
Mm.
rule
By
of
what
the
metric?
tyranny of Biden.
By what metric?
You're awesome.
Excuse me?
By
By what metric? Well, Donald Trump has not allowed 20 to 30 million illegal people who are criminals that have invaded our country,
30.
alien immigrants that
Well,
have invaded our
congratulations.
country.
Neither has any other president.
Oh, Biden did.
Oh, prove it.
All right, where have you been? What wrong? You say
Prove
you
it.
get out.
Prove
But
it.
Prove
Prove
it.
it.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Look at
Prove
Denver,
it.
Colorado. Look at the Venezuelan gangs.
Yeah,
Look at the
Tren de
people that they're
Agua. I know
deporting.
they've
Anyone,
already they were
anyone,
kicked out by the
anyone
Denver
that
Police Department, so they were arrested, detained, charged, prosecuted, convicted, serving time in jail, will be deported after they've served their time in jail. Thank you, Denver PD. Congratulations. And Aurora PD as well. Congratulations. Thank you, Colorado, for doing your job and arresting and convicting people. But it was like a gang of 20
really,
people.
really,
So
you
yeah,
stand
it
on
was
that.
like a
That one little town you want to stand on.
yeah, Colorado. Because again, I don't see. I'm not talking about specific state issue politics. I'm talking about the country, and you pointing out Denver,
Federal
Colorado. Which, by the way,
politics.
by the
Yes,
way,
the
by the
federal
way, by
politics
the way,
of
by
Trump.
the way, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way,
what?
yeah,
By
because
the
every
way,
time you
by the way,
interrupt
what?
me, I just restart my sentence, and I know that's
And you
annoying. But
keep
perhaps if
interrupting
you,
me as well.
I was actually still talking when you interrupt. I interrupted you because you were not on task, right? Because my task that I gave you at the beginning was to tell me what Donald Trump's done that you still support, and you started going about on a whole tangent that had zero to do with Donald Trump, and then you nosedived into one specific part, and I'm going to correct your misinformation because that's what we do when you start spouting misinformation that gets stopped and corrected, right? So Denver, which by the way, you don't even have the right town. It was Aurora, Colorado, which is a subset, like right outside of Denver, but they have their own municipalities. So that's Aurora, Colorado. They arrested, they found the people that were doing it. They got convictions on people for, guess what, not gang related convictions, because being a member of a gang isn't actually against any federal, state, or local municipality law. So that isn't a thing, right? They were convicted on actual charges like gun possession, and they're serving time in prison. And that was at the work of Aurora PD and Denver PD, who did their job together. I'm sorry that education is boring.
You just, well, yes, you are.
Yeah, no, I'm
boring,
sorry.
essentially.
Education is boring and that you're somehow allergic and that learning puts you to sleep. Perhaps you could actually show me where anyone. Oh, goodness.
How little you are yourself.
Sir, you're the one that was being sarcastic, and I was actually just showing you. Okay, you want to keep rambling over me. So I'm going to help you out with something. I asked you to show me proof that Joe Biden let in 20 to 30 million people. Do you have that proof yet?
Of course.
Cool.
If you've been
Where?
paying attention to
No, it's not about, it's not your eyes. It's not your eyes. It's not your eyes, sir. Sir. Where's the statistical data that I can find? Where's the empirical evidence? Can you show it?
Look up J.J. Carroll.
I want
Look up
empirical
J.J.
evidence. Empirical
That's
evidence.
Empirical evidence. The man was actually a border
You
control
don't,
agent.
I'm sorry, wait. You don't
24
know,
years on-
what does empirical mean? Define
You're
empirical
wanting the
now.
Data for me to feed you the data.
No,
The thing
empirical
is,
doesn't mean
this
data
is
because otherwise we wouldn't say empirical data.
You're speaking in terms of too much that's very, very vague.
No, I'm not. These are
Very
actually
vague.
very specific
I
terms.
do know
These
that
are very specific terms.
Wow.
You're awesome.
I have to tell you, ma'am, I know that you watch CNN. The
I
View
don't.
is probably your favorite show. The
Never
View
seen
is
it before in my life.
Whoopi Goldberg
I know, you guys are just
and
like,
Joy
oh my
Behar,
God,
I'm sure.
you must watch
Yes,
this,
you
you
are
must watch
definitely a
that.
fan of.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you don't know what empirical means, right? You think it just means data,
Okay.
and that's not what it is. That's why I wanted empirical evidence. You don't know what that is, okay? Oh, thank you
No,
so
I
much
don't.
for
So
that.
tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me. Tell me.
Yeah. It's something that you can base on or derive from direct physical observation,
Data.
experience,
Correct.
experiments.
I've already said that. That's called data.
That's not
I
data.
don't have the data in front of me.
That's not data,
Now,
dum-dum.
Donald Trump is a Christian.
Pookie pie.
Donald Trump supports our.
Wait, hold on. I just want to be clear. Donald Trump is a Christian, yet he broke one of the 10 commandments by committing adultery not once, not twice, but 3 times. Donald Trump is a Christian, yet
Excuse
he's
me,
raped
have
a
you never
woman.
sinned?
Donald Trump
Are
is a Christian,
are
yet
you
he's
so
raped a
pure?
woman.
Are
He's
you
been
telling
convicted of
me you
sexual
are so
assault,
pure?
and all of that
That's
things. Oh, no,
none
no,
of
no,
that,
no, 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 no,
and
no,
all
no.
that's
Donald
been
Trump believes in
disproved.
starving
All
people.
that's been
Hey,
disproved.
hey, you're also Christian, I
All that's been
assume. What
disproved.
is the parable of the sheep and the goats?
Okay,
What is the
enlighten
parable
me.
of the sheep and the goats? Oh, you've never heard of it before?
Enlighten me.
Okay.
Enlighten me. Enlighten
Anything?
all of us.
Sure. Yeah. I'll summarize it for you. I don't
Of
feel like
course,
pulling
you're
it up, but
brilliant.
it's
You're
yes.
brilliant.
I know I'm
And you've
smarter than
never
you. Thank
sinned.
you. I appreciate that.
You've never sinned, have
Never
you?
made that claim, would I?
Well, guess what? Everyone sins.
Oh, okay.
Everyone
Jesus didn't,
sins.
so that's not true.
That's the only real true statement you've made in this whole conversation. That's
Yeah.
a factual statement.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've educated
He's
you
the
a
only
lot,
one
but
that's
you fall
perfect.
asleep because you're allergic to education and learning. So
I
we've
was
already
listening to
established that
you
one.
just
So we'll go ahead and go over this one with you so you can just shushies. So if you actually look at Matthew 25 verses, or is it Matthew 5? Anyways, Matthew 25 verses 31 through 45, it explicitly talks how Jesus is talking to a group of people. He's separated them into two different groups, one on the right, one on the left, right? And he's talking to the people on the right, or maybe I'm getting my left and right mixed up, but he's talking to one group and he's like, you guys are awesome because you fed me when I was hungry. You gave me clothes when I needed them. You gave me shelter when I was without. You gave me food when I was like all of these things. You did all of that. And they said, well, when did I do that for you? We never saw you in need for any of these things. And he said, what you did for the least among you, you did for me. And then he turned to the other group of people and said, when I was hungry, you did not give me food. When I was without clothes, you did not clothe me. When I was without shelter, you shunned me. Whatever you didn't do for the least among you, you did to me. So, sir, this is actually in direct correlation with the fact that we are treating immigrants inhumanely within the United States. We are denying food assistance to people within the United States of America. We are not helping the homeless situation that we are experiencing within the United States of America by offering them shelter. So no, sir, if you too are also a Christian and you believe in the deportation of individuals and the inhumane treatment of them, then you are not, in fact, a Christian, and you should go back and read your Bible, specifically Matthew 25, because you didn't learn anything from the sheep and the goat parable, and you are, and I can't believe that every Sunday, wait, this is actually perfect, Polly. We're now in Bible class, in case y'all missed it, on Sunday. That's actually perfect.
So
You
don't
obviously
know
didn't
about
go to
mercy
your
and
Bible
forgiveness?
class.
You do not know anything about mercy and forgiveness?
Oh, wait. So now your
You're a Christian.
sins. No, I just want to be clear. Now your sins against Jesus, because I'm going to remind you what he said. Whatever you didn't do for the least of your brothers and sisters of mine, you did to me. Whatever you didn't do for them, you did it directly to me. That is an affront to me, right? He says that's an affront to me. Whatever you didn't do
No
for the
debate.
least of one. So now you are saying that it's okay because you will be forgiven. What does Donald Trump say about forgiveness? Does he say that he's ever asked God for forgiveness? Or does he
Is
say the
he
exact
supposed to
opposite?
Is he supposed to make a world announcement of that?
Oh, but he has. He's actually said the opposite, sir. Trump has literally said out of his mouth that he's never asked for forgiveness from God in his life. And he's also said multiple times, I'm going to hell.
The relationship between Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit is a personal relationship.
No one asked him to make that statement. No one asked him to make that statement. He could have kept it personal. He chose to not make it personal anymore, and then he did, and then that's what he said. You're right. It could have been personal. He could have responded to whoever asked him. He could have said, "This is personal. I don't want to respond to this." And that is totally within his right. But he didn't do that. He said specifically, I've never asked for forgiveness for everything. He specifically said that I don't think they let people into heaven like me. He said all those different things. He's pretty sure he's going to hell. He doesn't know his favorite Bible verse. He doesn't know his favorite Bible because he doesn't know any of them. He could have kept it private. You are 100% correct. But you don't get to use the argument when he could have kept it private, and he chose not to, and he made that statement. Your entire argument about it's a private thing completely goes away at that point.
He committed blasphemy by
How could
putting his
he?
name
How
on the
could he keep
Bible.
his?
He committed blasphemy by depicting himself as Jesus.
How could he?
Oh,
How can he keep from the public that he's been divorced and married 3 times?
no one's asking him to. We're talking about his own statements where he got on stage and said, "You're Christians, I'm a Christian," and then also has been quoted as saying, "I don't think that there's anything I need to do to ask forgiveness for." So specifically, he said that he doesn't ask for forgiveness. He said, "I can't think of my favorite Bible verse. There's so many. I love them all." Like, he made it sound like he couldn't pick one. He's the one that's depicting himself as Christian, right? While knowing that he's
Yeah.
been divorced 3 times and has been civilly adjudicated of committing sexual assault.
And those adjudications have been, quote, thrown out of court.
No,
And he
they
has a
haven't.
few more
They
that
have not. They have not. Every
have.
appeal that he has done has been denied by the appellate court. And now he is making a last-ditch effort of appealing to our highest court of authority in the United States of America, and they have yet to say whether or not they will even hear oral arguments on a case. Do you even know what
We
the
have
appellate
that.
case... Hold on. What does an appellate case even look at when it is brought before a judge?
Well, when you're faced with nothing but the weight of a corrupt judge. in that
No, that's
courtroom.
not... Sir, you can't even make
Excuse
that...
me?
sir, stop.
Excuse me.
Stop.
Excuse
Stop.
me.
That's
You
not the
can.
answer to
I
my
can make
question. That is not the answer to my question. When
Well, then you give
when
me
in
the
a
answer,
case...
since you want to have a one-sided conversation.
Perhaps if you were
Go ahead,
able
give
or
me the answer.
capable of, sure, I'll answer it for you. They don't look at the merits of the case themselves when it is brought before an appellate judge. They look at the merit of the prosecution or the defense and try to find errors in the process done by the prosecution or the defense in order to, as a way of overturning it or upholding the jurisdiction, okay? Or the ruling itself. But they are not looking at any parts of the actual case itself to determine to overturn the merit of or the actual judgment thereof, right? They are looking at the merit of the case and how it was tried in court, not whether it's valid.
Let's just take one case in particular. The
No,
case
can you
of
at least
which you have
acknowledge what I
a copy.
said? Can you at least acknowledge what I said?
I'm acknowledging it.
Yeah,
So,
reiterate any
going
part of it back
further
to
and
me.
forward, he
No,
has
reiterate any part of
more.
it back to me. Show your
Oh my God.
comprehension. Reiterate any part of it back to me.
I just assume talk to the wall. At
Okay,
the
go
moment.
do it. Turn around.
Because you won't.
Put your nose
You
in the
will
corner.
Not, you will not.
Be a good boy. Put your
You
nose
will
in the
not.
corner. Turn around. Put your
No,
nose in the
you will
corner.
not
Be a good
allow
boy.
me to
Be a
finish.
good boy. No. You said
He
you don't want to
has.
talk to me. Good. Be a good boy. Turn around. Put your nose in the corner. Good boy. Good boy.
Oh, you're something. And that's a nice.
I know, I'm your
Christian way of
mommy.
taking this. I'm impressed
You're
with your
welcome.
Christianity.
I
I'm
didn't
very
say I was
impressed with your
Christian, did I?
Christianity.
I didn't say I was
But
Christian.
you quote the Bible. You give Bible
Right,
classes.
because I don't know if
Do
you're
you know
aware
what
of
the
this, but
acronym for
I don't
Bible
know
is?
if you're aware of this, but the majority of people that are able to actually quote the Bible better than anyone that claims to be Christian are people that don't necessarily believe in the religion itself, because someone like you has put them off of it. I'll even reiterate what my friend stated. At baptism, we take Christ's name on as ours, and that means our words matter. Small judgments and cruel comments can wound faith more deeply than we realize. If our language is hateful, condemning, or without charity, we are not carrying his spirit the way that we claim. So it's individuals like you, sir, that push other individuals away from Christianity because the words you say suck, to put it plainly.
Well, it's not what you say, but how you say it.
Yes, exactly. And I said that.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
you
You
are
agree with
using
me again.
everything. You are using everything to condone the actions of Donald J. Trump. You are using everything to condone your own words, your own actions, while ignoring the harm that your words and your own actions take. And you wash it away by saying, "Did you know we can ask for forgiveness?" Meaning that in your mind, everything is perfectly A-okay, hunky-dory, as long as you've asked for forgiveness for the sins of trampling on others.
We needed a businessman in the office. We did not need a feeble dementia man in the office. Oh,
Wait,
well,
is
you
the
want to
United
see
States
another
a
laugh?
business?
Yes, the government itself is a business.
What's
Don't
the
you
purpose of
see
a
the money
business?
that's being
What's the purpose
wastefully?
of a
Don't
business?
you see?
What is the
Don't you see the
purpose of a
wasteful spending?
business? What is the
Don't
purpose
you
of a
see the
business?
wasteful
What is the purpose
to
of a
make
business?
money? It's
To
to
make
make
money.
money to
Perfect.
get capital
Great,
gains.
great. What
So
is the product
now
that the United States sells? What is the no, stop. What is the product that the United States government sells that they make money profit off of? What product is the United States government selling that they make money or profit off of?
the straw man.
No,
The
it's not.
slaves that
It's not a straw man. I understand you don't understand it. I am breaking down your argument piece by piece. This isn't a straw man.
can't-
You yourself
you're not
said,
even allowed-
you yourself said America is a business when questioned on it. So I'm breaking down your argument in a fashion that makes you uncomfortable because you don't know the answer to it. So let's try this one more time. What is a product that the United States government sells for a profit for their own coffers?
Well, you look at something like grain.
We
Look
sell
at grain.
rain to make profit? Guys,
we
did you
don't
know
sell
that the
it so
United
we can-
States of
we don't
America
sell it.
sells rain
We
to
sell
make
the
a
grain
profit?
not only to make profit, but to help those countries feed themselves.
We
Now, we're just
sell
sticking with grain for
rain
the
to
moment.
make profit, guys.
That's just one of
Rain,
our gross domestic
Rain.
products that we have.
rain.
We have no more. We have no more manufacturing in the States.
You
Everything
don't even know
comes
what
from
gross
China.
domestic product is. That isn't income for the government, sir. The gross GDP isn't a measurement of income for the government. You said that the government
which comes from the sale of, and I just
of
went down to
rain.
grain.
Yeah.
Something simple.
Are you
Something
saying
simple that
grain
you
or
can-
rain? Grain as in like wheat or rain as in what falls from the sky? Because I heard
grain
rain.
as in wheat, where
Oh,
everyone's
okay.
so GMO.
Great. So
you know,
where
with
is
the gold.
our? I know. I
Some
just want to
holy
be clear.
water.
Oh, God.
Holy water.
Okay.
That's hilarious. So, sir, where can I find? Since you're saying grain, where can I find our government-owned farm?
We don't have government-owned farms.
Oh, okay,
Those
so the
farms
United
are
States
usually
government does not
crops.
sell grain for profit for their own benefit. It is benefiting the corporation or the farmer that actually owns the grain, and it's not going back to the pocket of the United States government. Same thing for everybody
does
that's
through
saying
taxes.
war.
It
Hold
does-
on, I'm not
it-
talking to you, shushies. Same thing for the people that are saying war in my comments. While that is correct, that is also incorrect because war directly benefits places like what is that? Nicholas, I know you know the answer to this one. You know which company I'm like Raytheon. We'll just say
Military
Raytheon.
industrial complex, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, any of those.
Yeah, so that directly benefits them. That is not money going into the United States coffers. Like that's the whole point. There isn't an actual product that the United States sells at a profit to earn for them. It all goes to the profit of the company that is producing these weapons, that is producing these for the use of the American government, but we pay them. The United States people pay that for taxes, right? It comes out of our tax money, the contractors that we pay to make these things, all right? Do you understand that? So therefore, breaking all of this down, the United States government cannot be a business because we do not sell a good.
We need to run the country more like a business. That's what we placed him in for. Not for only that, but many other reasons. The reasons of, again, he supports Christianity. He does not support Islamic faith, Muslim faith in America. The Constitution.
All right, now you're pivoting
decided
again because we were
doesn't
on
acknowledge
religion and then you went to how the economy should be ran, and now you're trying to pivot back to religion. Like that's insane. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I have to circle back because I know you like that kind of thing.
You don't have to circle back.
The
We were
thing
actually
that
trying
you're
to stay on
looking at
religion.
with
You
Trump-
bounced away from it. You
Trump
moved away and
stays
now
on
came back.
point. Trump stays on point.
But you don't.
Stays on point.
So that's what I'm trying to get
And
you to
he-
do. Okay.
well,
I'm trying to
it's
get you to
it's
stay
very
on point.
difficult it's very difficult debating two people of like minds. Number one. Number two, you're asking.
First of
been
all, we're
on
the
mute
same
the
mind.
entire
It's like a
time.
hive thing. Yeah.
I've
I've been
go
on mute
back
the
to
entire
Trump.
time and I unmuted specifically because you're over here talking about well, it needs to be ran more like a business. See, the thing about a business is its job is to make money, not to be loyal to anybody, not to help anybody, not to do anything for anybody. It will easily cut people that are working for it in order to increase its bottom line, right? It has no problem cutting supplies in order to increase its bottom line. It's willing to expand or subtract how much it's selling or how much it's doing or where it's expanding to. It's willing to do all of that for a bottom line. If you were to do all of those things, right, with a government, then every single time you make those moves, it affects the citizens of the United States. Okay. This is why the United States can't be ran like a business. There's a reason why we have business majors and we have economic majors, right? They're two completely different things. The point of the government is not to be ran like a business. It's not to be able to cut it to as much as possible in order to increase the bottom line, because there shouldn't be a bottom line. The people in the government shouldn't be making money, even though Donald Trump has had no problem, suing the IRS, suing the Justice Department to put money in his pocket. He's quadrupled his net wealth. Right. The point of the government is not to make more money for itself. Okay. Now, should we have a balanced budget? Absolutely. But that's not how a business is supposed to run. A business isn't supposed to have a balanced budget. If every year over year we're having a balanced budget in the government, or having a balanced budget in a business, that business goes out of business because it's not making any money. If it works that way in the government is actually working efficiently. As much money as is coming in is as much money as is going out. Okay, which is therefore that money is going to help American citizens in the way it's supposed to be. Okay, and business doesn't understand that. Not to mention the fact that even if it was to be ran like a business, because you could make an argument that certain businessmen would be perfectly capable of balancing our budget, balancing our economy. We've seen it in specifically in like Canada, right, with bankers running the government and helping to boost their economy with that. Even if you were going to do that, Donald Trump is a god awful businessman. He is nothing more than a grifter. Trump Steaks, Trump Airlines, Trump University. He has never ran a good business in existence. Even Trump Towers, he doesn't own over 80% of them. He just leases his name to other hotels, because most of his hotels end up going under. Right. And so he had to sell off those buildings because he wasn't even good at that. He got gifted $400 million. And if he had just put it in a high yield savings account, he would have made more money, okay, than he actually made in all of those years with all of his daddy's money. Okay, like you can keep going. Trump Mobile or whatever, Trump Vodka, Trump, all of it. It all sucks. It's all just cheap fucking products with absolutely no quality that end up screwing over anybody who buys them. Okay, which is actually exactly how he's running the country. So you're right. I do think we should look at Trump as a businessman when it comes to how he's going to run the country, because he's running it exactly like his shitty businesses, like his hotels that he bankrupted, okay, which are probably money laundering schemes above anything. But his casinos that he bankrupted, he's running the United States the exact same way. Trump coins, Trump cards, Trump, whatever. Everything's for sale. Everything's cheap. Everything's a grift, right? And it would put us $12 trillion more in debt, and is going to put us bankrupt, just like he's done every single other one of his companies.
So you don't think by him going after the wasted spending of our country is worthy?
He's not going after wasted spending in our country. Government spending is at an all-time high in this country, and he literally fired all the people that were in charge of protecting waste in this country. He fired inspectors generals as soon as he came to the office. He attacked what's the bureau, the Consumer Protection Bureau, right? He attacked them almost immediately. People that were supposed to stop waste within our country, and all he did was attack any money that was going to actually help sick people or actually help dying people, right? Or people that were investigating Elon Musk. And I'm pretty sure it was all just a grab to get all of our information, but that's a whole other thing, right? But government spending is at an all-time high. He's added $12 trillion himself to national government. If he was cutting all this wasteful spending, then why did he need to add $4 trillion to national debt last year?
He cut the cancer out of government when he replaced so many people that needed to be replaced.
That's not even a valid response to what I just said.
Nothing. Not addressing anything you said.
Because I'm listening to you, and you know what? The man's making money off his name. I don't care. What I do care about is we don't need to have
try to bring up Nancy
studies.
Pelosi.
No, I'm not going to bring her up again. I realize that you love her, and that's okay.
No.
I myself, I don't like to have money spent for the gay gender in other countries' military. I don't like money spent on why crustaceans of the crawfish science experiments. We have more wasted money through the Congress and Senate, and unfortunately, we don't have enough.
Paulie,
Quote,
you might as well
as I
keep
said
talking
earlier.
because he shuts up when you talk. 'Cause he's such a good little alpha.
So hold on, just to be clear, you have a huge problem with your taxpayer dollars being spent to protect protected species, right? But you have no problem with your exact taxpayer dollars going directly into the pocket of Donald Trump when he does things like sues the Justice Department, or going to build his golden arches, or paint the freaking the reflecting pool for $13 million, or build a $1 billion ballroom, or whatever how much the money is up to. You have no problem. You have every problem with money going to things that actually help protect our environment. But when that money is going directly to absolutely fucking shit, or going directly to enriching Donald Trump, you have no issue with it.
Lawfare? Come on,
I'm
buddy.
sorry, was that?
Oh, I
I
think he's
said
talking to his...
lawfare.
What?
Yes,
That's
I
the
had to let one
response?
of my animals out for a
So,
moment.
Paulie, I think
So
actually,
when
so
you
when he
have
said that Trump cut cancer from the government, I think what he heard, he read a headline or heard about the fact that Donald Trump and HHS cut cancer research funding, and then he took
No,
that
I'm
to mean
talking
that
about the
we cut the
people. I'm
cancer out
talking about.
of the United States.
I was talking about the people that you were talking about, sir, in reference to quote firing everyone. You have to clean you have to clean out the dredge of business or of government, and unfortunately, we're not swinging enough people by their necks. The last president used
Sure, you would like
lawfare.
that.
Yeah, that's called lynching, and that's illegal.
No, it's not illegal. The Constitution says for subversive treasonous acts, one should be hung. Unfortunately, we live in a society
Where in the
that's so
Constitution?
sensitive.
Where in the Constitution?
Well, if you give me a moment, I'll just get my computer up. It'll take me about 5 minutes, and I'll look it up and give you the answer. It's in the Constitution.
Yeah,
Treason
where?
is punishable by death. Treason, like I said, it's on the internet. Oh, I have to turn my computer on. There we go. You want me to sit here and do that? I can do that.
Oh yeah,
So
if you're
anyway,
gonna make that, yeah, because it's
yeah,
interesting to say that, yeah, where in the
Yeah,
Constitution?
and
yeah.
I'm assuming you're not very familiar with the literal 2022 Anti-Lynching Act, huh?
Of course not. It's illegal according to him.
Yeah, that literal piece of legislation that bans lynching. Since you're bringing out your computer, you might as well research something worth researching. He means the KKK Constitution. That was funny. Sorry, just read a comment there. Anyways,
Yeah, he's definitely misinterpreting any part of the Constitution and what it means.
but while he's trying to figure that out, the Trump administration didn't cut useful people out of the government. The Donald Trump administration cut people out of the government who would be the people that would check him and people like Elon Musk
Article 3,
on all the
section,
fraud.
Article 3, Section 3.
Read it in
Article
totality
3.
and don't just take the parts that you like.
Article 3.
Yeah, okay. I'll go ahead and read it for you verbatim because I already had it up. I knew what you were going to quote, and I knew how you were going to just, I don't know, take it out of context already, or even just willfully ignore what it's saying, right? So we have this directly from the Constitution Annotated, which is part of the Congress.gov website. As you guys see, it says Constitution of the United States. Article 3, we're going to scroll down to Section 3. Treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. This is actually just defining what treason is. No person shall be convicted of treason unless on the testimony of two witnesses to the same overt act or on confession in open court. Congress shall have the power to declare the punishment of treason, but no attainder of treason shall work corruption of blood or forfeiture except during the life of the person attainted. So just so you're aware, nowhere does it say that the punishment for treason in Article 3, Section 3 of the United States Constitution is hanging.
By the way, is insurrection considered treason? I can't remember.
Not according to the Supreme Court of the United States, so no.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, they actually
Thought that was in the
didn't-
Constitution.
Yeah. I mean, levying war against them, being the United States, in my
How
opinion.
about taking money from other foreign countries for U.S. influence? Would that be considered treason?
Insurrection.
Adhering to their
Insurrection.
enemies,
Oh
giving
my
them
gosh.
aid and comfort.
Wow.
I guess that does. Oh, he just hung up. I was actually reading
Oh,
still. Guess he didn't like insurrection being brought up. That's what ended him? Really?
yeah, that's what got him.
That's what got
I
him?
thought it would be more than that. Yeah,
I thought it would be like
it's
knowing
always
that
it's
he
always
was
very
wrong.
strange lines. Yeah, it's well, obviously it's not knowing that he was wrong. He would have left a long time ago.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's true. He wasn't like the last guy that actually could admit when he was wrong. But I assume
Yeah.
you need to hop off.
Yeah, I'm going on in like 8 minutes or 10 minutes. So
Okay.
after you guys are done with Ari, come hang out. Love you guys. Maybe Ari can raid over. Also, don't forget
Okay.
your, if you haven't already, the reason why you came on today. Your gifteds.
Oh, snap. I did. Okay, guys, I already forgot. I mentioned it earlier.
I
in
can
the
come
stream,
over and
I
show you how
forgot.
to do it too.
I got
can
it
come over and show
actually.
you.
I found it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right,
your
love you
instructions
guys.
were good. Bye.
All right, see you guys later. Bye.
Okay, if you guys are watching over on the YouTube landscape, we're sending out 5 gifted memberships from moi. Thank you so much. And if anybody wants to participate in gifting out memberships to the wonderful people in the landscape live, I would so love that too. And here we are. We've got 5 gifted memberships have gone out to the community over on the Tube of Views. Thank you guys so much. I really wish I understood. I'm going to say WRE to myself. We've got 5 more to gift out. So if you guys, if anybody wants to match the 5, that would be awesome. Okay. I'm going to read through a couple of these super chats that y'all have sent, and thank you guys so much. You're welcome. Sean says, like I always say, dear MAGA alpha tough guy, if you think the war is so neato, then enlist infantry. Quit talking the talk, walk the walk. I agree. You aren't a good person if both the Taliban and the KKK endorses you. End of story. I agree with you, leftist. Thank you so much. W. Polly and Ari. Yep. That dude is a hermit crab. That's funny. I wish I had saw that when he said that. Donald Duck. Who was Donald Duck? All right. By the way, guys, we do have super chats available over on the Tube of Views, and then on all of the apps. You guys, in the link tree in my bio, we have the ability to tip your content creator. That's me. With Cash App, Venmo, and that's in my bio. Everything right now goes to paying for Safari's vet bills because she blew a blood vessel in her eye because her blood pressure had spiked so high. And that's been costly to figure out what happened. This is for the duck guy, Donald Duck. I mean, Trump also said he had black friends, and we know how that worked out. That's true. No, Donald Duck, because I said to the guy, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, I guess it's a dog. Because he didn't get it. So DJT is not a duck, rather he's a fill in the blank. Oh, whatever you want. Yabba dabba doo. Yabba dabba doo. Yabba dabba doo da day. I said words. 300 billion to Iran. Oh, you're talking about the supposed what did they call the Memorandum of Understanding. That's what it is. The Memorandum of Understanding. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The MOU. Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
What's he done so far to earn your support?
Probably the most important of all was the trans women and women's.
Ew. Why are you obsessed? I only support fascists who oppose artificial colors and dots in ice cream. I am a constitutionalist. Tell me how that personally affects you. Go.
Sorry, what?
Tell me how it personally affects you. Go.
If my daughter's attempting to get a scholarship in a sport.
Yeah, I doubt that. Anyways, if you use words like communism, socialist, and fascist, you should have to get a license to use words. Definitions are so difficult. How many transgender people were playing in the double NC? Sorry, the NCAAP. How many people? How many how many transgender people were playing in the NCAACP?
That's
Sorry,
not the question.
NC
That doesn't matter. That's
I'm
completely
asking you
irrelevant.
now.
It's
I'm
whether or not
asking
they
you now.
can.
You're so worried. You're
I don't
so
care.
worried about your daughter trying to get a scholarship into college for
I don't.
sports.
Yeah, I
So
don't care about the
how
numbers. I
many?
care about the
How
possibilities.
many? How many
Which way
transgender
is
people
possible?
were playing in the NCAA?
I don't know. I've never even watched any level of
Oh, so
sports. I don't watch college sports. I don't watch
so you
anything.
don't
So why
even
would I
watch
care?
your daughter play? That's sick, bro. Anyways, Wesley, rawr. Kick ass today. I've been doing it. It's been reported that, dude, you just admitted that you don't even watch your daughter play sports. Fuck
That
off, my
doesn't.
guy. It's been reported that Biden frequently went to mass while president, but Trump has rarely attended church as president. You don't understand
I've watched.
consent. Okay. Rawr. What is
I've
consent?
watched every one of my games
What is
of my
consent?
daughter.
I've never watched sports at any level. What is consent?
Why do you think?
100 men versus consent. You don't know the answer, so I'll answer it for you. 10 people out of 500,000 players identified as
That's 10
transgender. You're
scholarships.
literally beating your head against the wall. Have a great
That's
fucking
10
night.
scholarships.
You're doing so well, my guy. Have you figured out what consent is yet? No? Okay. Sorry, Bishop, I'm going to read this. Forgiveness is real, but it is not a shortcut around accountability. We can all be forgiven, but repentance requires a changed heart. If we refuse to own the harm we cause, our heart is still turned towards sin. Reconciliation with God cannot be separated from making right as much as we can with those we have wounded. Exactly, that's what I meant. I did say 100 men versus consent. I hope your daughter stops talking to you as an adult because you've proven that you don't even understand what consent is. So, bye. I wonder how America doesn't see the fuck up shit Trump is. I don't know. I don't know how they see it. Crow, he was right. We sell the rain down in Africa. Crow, oh my God, that's hilarious. Have you told your daughter that you're obsessed with other people's genitalia? Ew. Sorry. There are some times when I can't help myself on playing with people. I'm actually, hold on. Oh, I know you guys can't hear it, and only I can, but I'm just making fun of him. Have you told your daughter that you're obsessed with what's in other people's pants? He hasn't, I guess he hasn't told her yet. 100 men versus consent, you're failing. It goes hard, I know, right, B-Rad? Ugh, you're still calling. Oh my God, you are not right in the head. Yeah. How does it feel to lick Donald Trump's taint? I didn't do that. I know the best one. Hold on. Guys, I got this. Skibbity. And no is a complete sentence. Perhaps you should figure it out. All right. You guys think that this is so normal that this guy just keeps spam calling me? Do you guys think that's normal? That he is spam calling me? Hey, this isn't therapy, okay? Go find it on your own. Thank you. Sir, I'm also not 911, and as many times as you've called me, it seems like you need it. Wow. Guys, why does he keep calling? I mean, I will, Emma. I will. I'm just waiting. Okay? Do you think that if you just call somebody 300 times that somehow it's going to make them listen to you? Yeah. Is that what's going through your head? Is that you think that you can force someone to listen to you if you just continuously call, call, and call, even though you've proven that you said you don't watch sports at any level, meaning that you're worried about your daughter's scholarship for sports, yet you, by your own statement, you've never watched her play a single sports because you don't watch sports at any level. It's very interesting. You are obsessed with 10 people out of 500,000 people playing in the NCAA, right? You're obsessed with the small segment. Your daughter is not competing against anybody, sir, unless it's you, apparently, in your obsession. So it is quite weird that you keep calling back incessantly when I've already withdrawn my consent from talking to you by hanging up on you the first time. Okay? So I understand that that's actually why individuals like yourself, like just you, right? Individuals just like you that continue to call and why you still support Donald Trump is because you don't understand what how consent works, right? Consent can be withdrawn. Implied consent can even be withdrawn, right? The implied consent is given with the number that's above my head, right? Okay? When I've hung up on you, that's me withdrawing the consent to continue to have you on air and speak with you. The fact that you continue to call in means that you don't understand, nor I guess do you believe, that consent can be withdrawn. And I hope to hell that your wife divorces you if you're even married. I'm sure it's your sister. And that your daughter stops talking to you when she can cut you off because you don't know what withdrawn consent means. Thank you. Boom. I don't like adding people to the block callers list, but he just forced me to. Hi, how are you? Sup? Hey guys. Actually, I can just do this. Oh, never mind. I think the block finally went through. You guys don't understand, right? I can choose not to talk on a specific subject. If you guys want to harp on somebody, specifically the guy that keeps calling, and I'm sure now he's calling in from an unknown number. If you want to talk about people that are transgender, there are transgender hosts that go live every single day. Go talk to them, right? Talk to your boogeyman in the room. Go talk to your boogeyman in the room. I can actually give you some of them, right? So there's this cool channel called Jimmy Snow on the Line, right? And on every Thursday, one of the hosts is trans. Go call them. You can also call Q&A the line, right? Every Thursday, one of the hosts is trans. Go speak to them. Go call Takis. You don't need to call me. Hi.
Whoa.
I think it's funny and also fucking weird as all get up and shit that you blocked your number just so you could call me again. So I'm gonna let you know this, okay? Go to Jimmy Snow on the Line, call them on Thursday, and you can speak to Luxander. They're amazing. They're way smarter than you, and they will wipe the fucking floor with you. Go call them with your transphobia. You don't need to speak to a cis white woman on the internet. Go speak to somebody that is transgender. Learn fucking consent, you goddamn weirdo. Sorry, I am done with the weirdos now. It is weird, stalker, creepy that you continue to do that. Continue to do that. This from the group that denies rape culture. Gross. Yeah, exactly. Like all the people that are like, you don't know how consent works. No, I absolutely do. Consent can be withdrawn by any party at any given time, right? I hang up on you. That's me withdrawing consent. That's simple and easy to understand. Simple and easy to understand. Wow, what a concept. Oh, that's a good point. I like this one. Hold on. Can I get back up to it? Where did it go? Trump is actually too busy running scams and diversions like a murderous war on Iran to actually be fighting for the fragile feelings of transphobic MAGA. I agree. You guys are funny. All right, guys. I've regaled you with my annoyingness long enough. We're about to, if you are new and you haven't already, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. You wonderful people, we get one more gifting of memberships over on YouTube right now. Hello, goodbye. We've got one more over here. Oh, see, I think you guys misunderstood. I'm not claiming to be the victim here. I'm just calling the guy weird because that is weird behavior. I'm not victimized. And obviously he needed a lesson in what consent means and withdrawing of consent. So I was just giving him that lesson because he seems to have forgotten it and doesn't know what that is. All right. So bye over on YouTube.